So my whole life, I've grown up a Christian. I've had grew up with semi-strict religious Christian parents. I always went to church on a Sunday, and from a young age, I always knew the importance of God, prayer, and just letting God, I guess, guide you on the mission. And that's also just been heightened by the knowledge I consume. I'm very in tune. Like I wouldn't say I'm like a spiritual guy. Well, I guess I'd say yeah, I definitely am a spiritual guy. But I wouldn't say like I'm like an overtly over the top spiritual guy. But I believe in things like uh manifestation and speaking things into existence. Like these are all things I tell my guys to do. I've got like whole mindset modules on it as well, right? But I grew up, and my whole life I've been a Christian, followed, Christian values, you know, read the Bible, and, I've been close to God. And, in the beginning of my entrepreneurial journey, that is really what helped me a lot. I think when I first started making money online, my entrepreneurial journey, I feel like making money and, seeing success was all down to my relationship I had with God. I'd wake up every single day, I'd pray, I'd read the Bible before I went to bed, and then I'd also pray before I went to bed. But at the beginning of this year, I moved to London, and my schedule in London was crazy. I'd wake up at 7 a.m. I was building a direct sales office. I'd come home super late. I'd work, and then by the end of the day, I'd just be so tired. I just walk into my room and I just collapse on my bed. And over the past 6 months, my journey with God distant. Like, I wasn't talking to God. I wasn't praying to God. I still believed in God and I was still a Christian. But my journey and I guess my relationship with God, it was non-existent practically. Like I'd never prayed to him. I didn't go to church. I was just living life, and I was, I guess, trying to go through life on my own terms. I was trying to take action. And this year has been so fruitful for me, and I've probably made the most growth ever. But I didn't feel fulfilled. And I'll be honest, like there's been times of the year where I've really struggled in a sense where I've had so much limiting beliefs, or, I've had certain months where I haven't performed nowhere near to the standard that I need to. And I've had months where, my income has like decreased, because of just the life that I was living, in a sense where I was so busy and I had to focus on so many things. I had to split focus, etc. And this year, like the beginning of this year has been really hard. And I think all of that was quite literally all due to the fact that I distanced myself from God without even realizing it. I wasn't as fulfilled anymore. I wasn't making as much money as I know I should have been and I know I could have been. I wasn't as happy as I know I could have been, as I know I should be. I didn't have that positive mindset all the time. I was getting a lot annoyed a lot easier. I was a lot of like worse things, I guess, were kind of happening to me when, I'm a lucky person. I'm favored by God. And the reason I think that was the case was because my relationship with God and my relationship with Jesus Christ, it had drifted. I hadn't been sticking close to him. I hadn't been speaking to him every single day. I hadn't been praying to him. I'd been kind of going off on my own devices, trying to take everything and trying to take full accountability of everything, which is still what you should do. But I wasn't praying to God. I wasn't leaving my problems to God. I wasn't using the force of the Holy Spirit to kind of guide me. And I was just doing it all solo. And this past couple of months, like the last two months, it was something I like identified about 2 months ago. And I made an instant shift. I realized that, okay, I thought back to like, past versions of me. I was like, all right, cool. I feel like I enjoyed life a lot more then. What was I doing? And I realized like God was such a huge aspect of it. So these past 2 months, I've been praying to God every single night. I've been waking up, I've been praying to God. I've been reading my Bible every single night without fail. And my revenue has increased. The amount of money I'm making has increased. My fulfillment has increased. How content I am in my heart has increased. My happiness, my relationships have gotten better. Vices and things that I struggle with, I've gotten rid of them. And I genuinely think that is all due to my relationship and, you know, me getting back closer with God, me reading my Bible, me praying every single day. Genuinely, especially if you're a Christian entrepreneur, getting in tune with your spirituality and like getting in tune with whoever you believe in, because that always gives you like a placebo effect anyway. Not even a placebo effect. That always gives you like the sort of effect, and it always just gives you the confidence that you need anyway. But getting closer to God and getting closer to what you believe in and what your core values are, it's a cheat code. You operate at such a higher level, and you just have like a never-ending drive every single day to wake up, get to it, and just work towards your mission. So for the past 2 months, yeah, I've just been praying every single day. I've been so locked in with God, and the results are so evident. I'm seeing so much growth in all aspects of my life. You know what I mean? I feel good every single day. I'm waking up happy. I'm waking up with no stress. I feel content. And not in a content of way where I'm comfortable. I feel content in a way where I'm happy with where my life is, and I'm also hungry to grow more. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm in that perfect spot where I'm happy with where my life is, but I'm not comfortable. I'm not comfortable, and I'm happy, I'm grateful, and I can enjoy what I've got right now, but I know what I'm aiming for. I know I'm aiming for more. And that is all quite literally just been to me getting closer with God. Me reading the Bible more. Me just reading more in general and just getting in touch with my spirituality. So genuinely, if you're a Christian entrepreneur, even if you're not a Christian entrepreneur, if you're someone who you're in this entrepreneurial game, or you're starting, you're looking to make money, just get closer with God. Rebuild that relationship with God, or build that relationship with God. Make it like a SOP. Do you know what I mean? In business, we love SOPs. Make it an SOP and make it like a minimum standard that you need to work on your relationship with God every single day. And genuinely, I don't know, I can't explain it. It's something that you have to go through. You just feel a sense of fresh air, and you have clarity. You'll have confidence every single day to just go out and get it. And I'm not saying your life is automatically going to be easy. I'm not saying you're not going to have problems. These are all things that are going to still exist. But your ability to conquer those problems, your ability to get good every single day, your ability to just find and think of solutions, and your ability to just keep pushing forward and actually see success, not just brute force in it, but actually seeing success with the work you're doing. Honestly, guys, it's a feeling that I just can't describe. Okay, so lock in with God, lock in with whoever you believe in, and just go out there, attack life, attack the day with that purpose, that, you know, being close to God and being close to what you believe in. Go out there and attack life with that purpose that it brings you.